Hare Krishna. Why I have problem seeing, the Facebook live? Archagaru?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
I don't see Facebook live.
You go to login also. Project is working, bro. It is working for everybody.
Why I cannot see?
I'll send the link.
Okay, that's okay. No problem. I'm surprised when I'm unable to see that. Okay, no problem.
I'm sending you the one.
What is that?
I'll send the link here. You can watch it.
So, Hare Krishna. Can everyone hear?
Yes, it is audible.
Audible. Okay, thank you. Okay. So yesterday we were discussing so Lord Chaitanya was discussing this Hare Nama Kevalam, from Bruhannardi Purana with Shuklamar Brahmachari. In this age, the only thing that works is actually Hare Krishna mantram, bhakti yoga process and chanting the holy name. Kalau tad harikirtanata. So rest of the process, they don't really work. And Lord Chaitanya then he said, Urdhva Bahu, Nikaho Suni Sarvaloka, Namasutra Gandipara Kanti Sloka, Urdhva Bahu Karikaho, So raise your arms up in the air and say the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And string this verse around the garland of the holy name. What is that verse? Trunadapi Sunichena, Tararapi Sahishna, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniyas Dahari. Sunichatva means humbler than, not ordinary humble, Sunicha, humbler than blade of grass. Amanitva means we don't want personal honor. Manada, offering obeisances to others. And Sahishnutva means tolerant like tree. So when we have this nature, then only we'll be able to chant. So it's a difficult verse for me at least. But the process made very easy if and only if we apply this. Lord Chaitanya is making that condition. Is making that condition. Correct. So you have to really think twice. Actually, at least myself, you know. Advaitacharya would respect Lord Chaitanya, Vishwambhur, because he's Supreme Lord. But if you see in the material terms, Advaitacharya is actually Lord Chaitanya's spiritual master's godbrother. They're all the disciples of Madhavendra Puri. So Ishwar Puri and Advaitacharya, they're godbrothers. So Lord Chaitanya, who is an emblem, is a personification of humility, he would respect Advaitacharya like anything. Advaitacharya didn't like it. You're Supreme Lord himself. You're the master of the universe. You know, yesterday we were discussing how Lord Chaitanya would come and, would reveal the purports of the verses. So Advaitacharya is very happy. Advaitacharya is very happy being called as a servant. But Lord Chaitanya, whenever he would be in external consciousness, he would hold his feet and serve him, very humble. He didn't like it. So he wanted Lord Chaitanya to accept him as servant. So what he did, he left Navadvip and he went to Santipur and he started preaching Mayavad. He started preaching Mayavad, and Lord Vishwambar came to know that. So he went and he went with Nityananda Prabhu. When he went with Nityananda Prabhu, when Advaitacharya saw Nimai, Vishwambar and Nityananda Prabhu, he increased his voice with loud. The God is so wonderful. He is impersonal, invisible, absolute. He has no name, he has no form. Lord Chaitanya couldn't believe his eyes. What is he doing? Said, he became angry, nada. So, Advaitacharya behaved as though he did not acknowledge the presence. And he was actually preaching very powerfully this principle of Mayavad. And he became so angry. And he became very angry and he went to him, he grabbed him and he pushed him on the ground, he started beating. If you say God is impersonal, invisible, absolute, why did you call me? When I was lying on the causal ocean, on Ananda Sesh, why did you call me? Why did you force me to calm down? If I'm an impersonal, invisible, absolute, I have no senses. So he started beating. Sita Thakurani came and said, no, please don't do that. He's an old man, he will die. So Haridas Thakur was there, he was laughing, Nityananda was laughing. And then he started beating, he was tired, Then he said, Advaitacharya got up and said, where is that humility? Where is that catching of the lotus feet? You are my Guru's godbrother. Thank you for accepting me as your servant. To prove to the world I am your servant, I have done this. And Advaitacharya started dancing. So when Lord Chaitanya understood, he was strict. He was shy. But there is a message. The Supreme Lord, he doesn't like Mayavad. Mayavad bhasha sunile, who is sarvanas. Will be destroyed If you hear the message of Mayavad, you are God, I am God, everybody is God, and everything is Brahman. No, God is a clear Samrata Murti, Krishna, Chaitanya. God is Supreme Lord is Krishna, and Supreme Lord is also Lord Chaitanya, Krishna himself. So, yesterday we were seeing how he was so heavy. Even one time Mukunda went to hear Lord Chaitanya was heavy. So we should not entertain Mayavad in our heart. And we'll lose Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Right. So Lord Vishwambar, he would take these devotees outside, and they would do Nam Sankirtan. So one time devotees, what happened? We went to this place actually, Amgat. So there he took all the devotees and they performed kirtan. Then later everyone became hungry. They were so hungry. They're far away from home. The Supreme Lord pushed this mango seed in the ground and the tree came up. The tree came up and the tree became the tree came up and the tree became the seed became a sapling became a plant became a tree, and soon it started giving up fruits. Hare Krishna. The tree was filled with the mango tree was filled with fruits. These fruits were actually red, yellow, and sweet. And larger than collected around 200 fruits. He washed them and offered to Krishna. And after offering is made, they removed it and they give it to devotees. One fruit is enough to fill the stomach. It is unlimited juice, no skin. All right. And surprising thing, this tree would give mangoes throughout the year, not like just a summer season. Very interesting, So, so what is that? One day devotees were outside. And what they did. So they did kirtan. In the Sankirtan, they were jumping, in the association of Lord Chaitanya, just Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And suddenly the sky was filled with clouds. The clouds, they have become thick, like bluish black monsoon clouds. And so at any time it would rain and devotees would be drenched. Lord Chaitanya took his chadar out and he looked at the sky and he waved. So he looked at the sky, seriously. He conveying a message. Sorry, he looked at the clouds, that's it. He didn't wave, no chadar. So when he looked at them, conveying a message to demigods, not to shower rain that time, the clouds dispelled. Very well. Amazing. And the clouds became dispelled. The clouds were dispelled and sun came back. Amazing. And what is impossible for the Supreme Lord? So one day, Lord Chaitanya ordered Srivas to read Bruhat Sahasranam. So when Srivas to read Bruhat Sahasranam, he was reading. Then the holy name of Vishnu appeared. So Narsingadev appeared. When the holy name of Narsingadev appeared, Lord Chaitanya immediately, he assumed the form of, he got into the mood of Narsingadev. Holding a club in his hand, he ran onto the streets of Navadvipa. He roared. When he roared as Narsingadev, and he said he was holding this club and running, I will kill the atheists. I have descended to this world to protect the devotees and annihilate the miscreants. He was in that he was ferocious like Narsingadev, because he's Narsingadev too. So people, when they saw him, they fled in fear. They ran in fear. So when the Supreme Lord saw that, he composed himself. He came back and said, Srivas, people were afraid to see me in this form. Did I offend them? You know? Did I make any offense towards them? Srivas said, my Lord, anybody chants your name, they're vanquished of millions of offenses immediately. Anyone who saw you is in this nursing the mood, nursing the form. They were all liberated. Srivas said, thank you. One day, one worshipper of Lord Shiva came. He came to, Lord Chaitanya's home. He was holding Damaru, and, he came to, sing the songs of Lord Shiva. Then he came to Lord Chaitanya's home. So immediately Lord Chaitanya went into that mood of Lord Shiva. So went into the mood of Lord Shiva and he jumped. He jumped on the shoulders of this Shiva devotee. That person was so glad to carry the Lord. They went around. They danced, they chanted for a long time. And Lord Chaitanya gave him Krishna Prema. Hare Krishna. He gave him a Krishna Prema. That is Lord Chaitanya. He would give Krishna Prema, he would bestow Krishna Prema to anyone, everyone actually. So one day one beggar came, mendicant. So when mendicant came, he came into his home and he stood in front of Lord Chaitanya's home asking for alms. Then he saw Lord Chaitanya dancing. When he saw Lord Chaitanya dancing, he also started dancing. He began to dance with the Supreme Lord. That is good fortune, He just came for, by his Sukruti, he could come to his home. Then when he was very glad to see the Supreme Lord. And first of all, appreciation. When we appreciate what happens? When we appreciate, appreciation is a positivity. We don't have any negative, we don't have any envy. We don't have any envy. So the appreciation opens the heart. We need to appreciate devotees. When we have envy, we cannot appreciate devotees. Or when we're proud, we cannot appreciate devotees. When we're arrogant, we cannot appreciate devotees. So this mendicant, when he saw the Lord's dancing, he was actually positively affected. He also joined. He also started dancing. And he danced with the Lord. And the Supreme Lord again bestowed Krishna Prema to him, Hare Krishna. Very interesting. So one time, so one needs to have that positive attitude, one needs to have that open-heartedness to receive bhakti. Then Krishna will arrange. One time there was a London Rath Yatra going on. And devotees were, our Rath Yatras, they jump up and down dancing. And there is so much of devotional fervor. And devotees will be smiling up to here. And this man from the Middle East, some Arab sheikh, he was he came to London to sell his oil, whatever. And when he saw that the kirtan and the enthusiasm of the devotees, the not happiness, the bliss and ecstasy of the devotees, he told his chauffeur, I'll come later. And they have all these dresses. He pushed everything inside, so he changed his dress into a suit. And I don't know whether he changed his dress, but he joined the kirtan. And he joined the kirtan. I don't think all the billions and billions of dollars he has made him ever ecstatic or not. But when he joined the kirtan of Rath Yatra, London Rath Yatra, you all know, amazing. He became ecstatic. That is Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Then he was seeing on the roadside, other side of the park, there's boyfriend, girlfriend, they're squeezing each other, embracing each other. But he saw they were not that much happy. And here he sees devotees, the smile was up to this. They were ecstasy, they were in ecstasy. Amazing. Probably he must have understood that day what is a transcendental happiness and what is some sensual, temporary, sensual, flickering happiness. He must have understood that day. And he asked, who are you? Who are you guys? What is this? The devotees told, we are Hare Krishnas. So, what is that? One needs to have that simple heart. You need to be there to receive the mercy. That's it. It is open. It's an open invitation to everyone, right? Anyway, so one day, one astrologer came to the home of Lord Chaitanya. When astrologer came to the home of Lord Chaitanya, and what happened? The Lord Chaitanya told him, tell me who I was in my previous birth. This astrologer, he calculated in his meditation. He closed his eyes and started meditating. When he started meditating, what did he see? He saw the greatly effulgent body of the Supreme Lord, the resting place of all the Vaikuntha planets. And seeing this Lord Chaitanya as absolute truth, the astrologer was confused. What is this? And he didn't speak. Lord Chaitanya said, tell me who I was in my previous birth. The astrologer said, in your previous birth, you are the shelter of creation. Your Supreme Personality of Godhead, full of opulences. You are now the same Supreme Lord. Your identity is an inconceivable eternal happiness. This is what I see. Lord Chaitanya smilingly said, no. In my previous birth, I was a cowherd boy. In my previous life, I was a cowherd boy. So I gave protection to cows and calves. Because of that piety, this lifetime I became a son of a Brahmana. He said that. Then astrologer said, whatever I saw was an opulence. Magnificent opulence. I was confused. I am certain whatever the form I'm seeing right now, that is the same for my sign meditation. They are one and the same. If I see something different, that is the act of your Maya. That is the act of your Maya. Whoever you may be, I offer my respectful obeisances. Hare Krishna. Lord Chaitanya gave him immediate love of God. Hare Krishna. Lord Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Nahi Anya, Radha Krishna, Pranaya Vikrita Rahladini Shakti. Ekatmanav, Api Bhupira, Deho Bhito, Gatoto, Sri Chaitanya, Kyam Prakatana, Prakatana, Tadvim Chakyam, Radha Vausolitam, Nahami Krishna Swarup. He is actually, what is the real identity of Lord Chaitanya? Radha, combination of Radha and Krishna. You know, it is Krishna in the mood of Radharani. Krishna who came uh, who came to relish the mood of Radharani. Hare Krishna. Right? So one day, Lord Chaitanya, you know, he was in the mood of Balaram. He was in the mood of Balaram. When he was in the mood of Balaram, he told Lord Chaitanya said, bring honey, bring honey, bring honey. So Nityananda Prabhu, what he did, Nityananda Prabhu gave him a pot of Ganga water. So when he gave him a pot of Ganga water, Lord Chaitanya drank it. This is honey, poroni. So when he gave him the pot of water, he drank it. After drinking it, Lord Chaitanya became ecstatic. You know, he became ecstatic, started dancing. Actually, now we went to Srikanda, Rajagira. Srikanda, we went. Nityananda Prabhu also said that, Varuni, Nityananda Prabhu is really Balramji himself. But Balram is an expansion of Lord Chaitanya, but Nityananda Prabhu is Balramji himself. He said, same thing, Varuni. This is actually, there is a pond behind the home of Mukunda, the father of Raghunandan. And they brought this water and they gave it to him. This is Varuni. He drank it. Since then, it is said that lake became that lake is filled with honey. The water is very sweet like honey, actually. So, but Lord Chaitanya is exhibiting that mood. So he became ecstatic. Lord Chaitanya became ecstatic in this lila. He exhibited the mood of Balaram, started dancing. He started dancing, and then he was dancing, and everyone saw. Lord Chaitanya revealed, like Mahaprakash Lila, he revealed so many things. He revealed this entire pastime of Yamuna Karshana Lila. So one day Balramji was with his gopis, and Balramji was very intoxicated. And Balramji summoned Yamuna to come forward. But Yamunaji did not respond. Balramji became angry and he took his plow and he pulled her, and he pulled her. She immediately appeared, my lord, I'm your servant maid. So, what is that? Supreme Lord is the supreme enjoyer, supreme creator, he is supreme or the maintainer, and of course destroyer. So when all the devotees saw this Yamuna Karshan Leela, Advaita Acharya saw enlarged Chaitanya Balramji himself. And Vanmali Acharya saw the plow in his hand. And that day, devotees danced for 12 hours. That day devotees danced for 12 hours. Then, Lord Chaitanya, whoever would come, he infused everyone with Krishna Prema, and he inaugurated, we discussed, inaugurated Sankirtan movement. Because of that, everywhere, every home, except for atheists. Sorry, everyone started actually, they have started chanting Krishna's name. But Lord Chaitanya, he would perform Sankirtan in the association of devotees in Shiva's home. One day, but not everyone was allowed. So there was a brahmachari. He lives on drinking only milk. And very, very, very nice devotee. He knew, so people would come and ask, we also, please allow us. We want to see this. No, you're not allowed. Please, we are good friends. Please allow us. No. Oh, nobody was allowed except for the handful of devotees, the intimate confidential associates of Lord Chaitanya. Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Srivas Thakur, Gadadhar Pandit, Suklambar Brahmachari, so all the devotees. Haridas Thakur. So that this Brahmachari, he knew devotees are soft. So he didn't give it up. He kept on putting pressure on Srivas. Please, Srivas, please. One day, devotees are soft-hearted. Srivas agreed. Wow. So what Srivas did, he made him sit in one place, unknown to anybody. And he told him to watch. The Vishwambar came, Lord Chaitanya came. And the Kirtan started. The Supreme Lord started dancing. He was dancing, he started exhibiting his form, he was becoming ecstatic. He was becoming ecstatic. We cannot experience, it is inconceivable, the joy. Nobody's was singing and it's amazing. And this brahmachari was watching. So the Lord of Vaikuntha, when he was dancing in the association of devotees, we need to, it's those who are there were fortunate. Wow. Suddenly, the Supreme Lord, he stopped. Today, I am not feeling that ecstasy. I don't know. Whoever is somebody is here who should not be here. Somebody is here who should not be here. Who is here? Devotees looked around, no, my Lord, nobody. And Lord said, asked Srivas, is there anybody here who should not be here? Srivas Thakur very humbly replied, my Lord, there are no Mayavadis. There are no atheists present. However, there is one, a devotee. There is one person, brahmachari. He drinks only milk. He subsists on drinking milk. Very nice devotee. He is there. Lord Chaitanya became angry. Angry like Rudra. He said, ask him to get out before I destroy the universe, before I rip him off. Wow. You think you can see Krishna by performing austerity? Huh? Yesterday we were discussing Mukunda's prayers. What austerity Kubja performed. She just gave. She was instantly attracted to Krishna and she gave the chandan and the garland maker Sudama gave him a garland. And Dvijapatnis gave him food. That's it. But why the Supreme Lord bestowed the causeless mercy because of which they were elevated to the position of topmost devotees? They have a bhakti. Prabhupada translates bhakti as devotional service. Bhakti doesn't mean, sit in one corner and close your eyes and meditation. No, service, devotional service, determined to do service. Correct. Prabhupada would get up at 2 o'clock. He would sleep at, he would get up at 2 o'clock in the night. And he would lie down at 12 o'clock. The devotees think Prabhupada was taking rest and they would talk. And suddenly Prabhupada would stay and sleep. He's not sleeping. He said, no, not like that. Like this. Prabhupada is awake. But 2 o'clock Prabhupada would get up and translate. Wow. It is not easy to attain Krishna's mercy. A large Adhyana says, Nasad, Naswadhyayas Nastapastyago. No, one cannot get me by reading scriptures, not the Jnana Marg, Karma Marg. Yathar Bhaktir Mamujit. I can be attained only through bhakti. What bhakti? So one needs to have qualification. I was listening, desire before you desire, first desire, then desire. Before you desire or before you desire? Yeah, that is a word. So Lord Chaitanya said, by drinking milk you can attain Krishna. Hare. Tell him to get out before I rip him off into pieces. Wow. So sense, what is that? Renunciation is not a qualification. Renunciation helps. Sambandha Jnana helps. Knowledge that we are part and parcel of Krishna, it helps to begin, So bhakti doesn't depend on jnana and varagya. Jnana karmadi anavrutam. But what works? Bhakti, devotional service, the person who is dedicated to, render service to Krishna, body, mind, and speech. No mano vakaya karma. Then that bhakti, but not just Sunday feast, or not that only 2 rounds, 16 rounds, 24/7, determined to serve Krishna. Raga bhakti. What is that? Tvaime nanya vishaya maturmatpite sakrutarati madhvata gange bhogam udanmati. See, Mother Ganga, she comes from Himalayas. When you are falling down from Himalayas, it's very easy. Zoop, 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 zoop. But then what happens? Once she comes down, it is not easy. There will be boulders. Some big, big trees. But, sometimes a mountain, the mountain, Ganga goes from this side, or at the top of it, or underneath. Or sometimes when she's falling, a big boulder falls down. She stops for a while but continues. She has to go through the woods. In other words, she goes through so many troubles, so many obstacles. But Ganga continues. Why? Because of her continuous, unflinching attraction for ocean. For that reason, Ganga tolerates all the obstacles, overcomes all the obstacles with enthusiasm because of only one reason. She is attached to attaining ocean. So likewise, Kunti says, my Lord, that way preserve my attraction to your lotus feet. Ratim Udva Hatadat. So the way Ganga has attraction for Sagar, and for that reason, she overcomes any of the obstacles. Preserve, please give me that attraction to your lotus feet so that I can overcome any of the obstacles, any of the obstructions. Hare Krishna. Right? He said, no, drinking milk is not a qualification. So we read, when we go on the altar, say, now we pranachan to the Napi Vishnu Sudra, Nam Parnina Chiprapadan, Navanastu Etirva, Kintu Pradinegre Paraman, Purna, or the Abdergobi, Protect me, or Das Sandas. We are, I'm not a brahmachari, I'm not a Vrasta, I'm not a Vanaprastha, I'm not Sanyas. I'm not a Brahma, what is that? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. Who are you? Servant of God, husband of God, master of Gopis Krishna. Dasa, Dasanu Dasa. That should be the mood. And that should be the mode with which we serve. Then only we will attain Krishna by Guru and Krishna's mercy. So this brahmachari got up. If at all he has any, anything in the heart that he drinks only milk, today had he been present, he would have had million disciples actually. Guru Maharaj drinks only milk. But Lord Chaitanya is telling that is not the qualification. Wow. That's why externals have no value in Krishna consciousness. But goal of life is to attain the love of God. I was reading actually, what is that? You have attained human form. Manusha Janama Paya Radha Krishna Nabajiya Janiya Suniya Vishaka. You have attained this rare human life. We don't know when we'll get this human life again. This human life is only 60, 70 years. Once it is lost, who knows when we'll get that human body again? So that one love, give it to Krishna. If you are 30, 40-year-old, 50% is over. Like Corona, something like that, maybe 100% over. Because people are dying left and right. Prabhupada said, to Bhakti Swami, give one lifetime to Krishna. Every lifetime you are married, every lifetime you have kids, every lifetime you have family, parents, give one lifetime to Krishna. Or you are married, alright, engage your family in Krishna's service. That is also perfect. Gruheta ko vaneta ko sada hari bole tak. Whether you are at home, or in the forest, or single or double, perform bhakti in the sincerest way possible, and you'll get the mercy. Hare Krishna. But his son is a brahmachari. Saraswati Thakur, Naishtika brahmachari. Prabhupada would say, my Guru Maharaj is a Naishtika brahmachari. Amazing. So, if at all he had any pride, it is gone. He got up. This world is designed to frustrate everyone. Either you become humble or be humbled. Wow. He got up. He was humbled. But in that humbled state, he was grateful. So he thought, Supreme Lord knew I was present. I was hiding. Not that he doesn't know. But he danced. He allowed me to see his ecstatic form. He allowed me to see his ecstasy. Amazing. But to convey a message, he's actually feigning this anger. He's exhibiting this anger. Wow. And he started walking out. But Lord Vishwambara is present in everyone's heart as Paramatma too. So, usually when somebody corrects us, we become angry. Right? If somebody says you're wonderful, we say, what's the problem telling wonderful? But the moment somebody a little bit corrects us, then we are losing the game. Then we are losing the game. So Maharaj, what's his name? Our Bhakti Marg Maharaj said, ego, it edges the God out. Ego, it will edge the God out. We all have egos, mountains of egos. False ego, not true ego. Originally, we are Krishna's servant. We don't know that. We are servant of this deadly enemy. It protects us from this, it defends us. You're this body, Prabhu. Mataji, whatever. No. You are the man, the machine. The whole world runs by you because of you. When we have people around us like that who are inflating our ego, they are our deadly enemies. So when he got up, he started walking. He was humbled. That state made him humble. Humility came out. And in that humility, in that humble state, he was grateful. The Supreme Lord exhibited, but to teach me a lesson, he was actually behaving like this. He almost went to the doorstep to leave, to make an exit. He said, this is Lord Chaitanya, Mahavadanya, most magnanimous. No, wait. Srivas tell him to come back. So Lord Chaitanya saw that positive attitude in the heart of this brahmachari. So he said, you can be, so I appreciate your mood. You can be part of our, you can come every day and be part of the Sankirtan. When devotee saw that this brahmachari is getting mercy, they all became ecstatic, chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Amazing. So, Lord Chaitanya told Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu to go door to door and preach the message of chanting of the holy name. So they went door to door and they, falling at their feet, So holding the feet, then Tante Trunaya. So Prabhupada says this, how to preach. Prabhupada says. Prabhupada, I'm listening to other day Prabhupada class. Even if somebody is a rascal, Prabhupada said, you tell him, sir, you are very good. So when you say somebody, when you glorify, you are very good. You are so intelligent. Oh, really? What should I do? Take up Krishna consciousness. Only intelligent people take up Krishna consciousness. And that person will take it up. Prabhupada is using this, even if he is a rascal number one, you glorify him so that, he will accept Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. So anyway, what is that? Because of their preaching, those people who are very sincere, simple, simple people, pious people, have accepted chanting of the holy name. They would chant the Hare Krishna mantra. And what happened? So because of this preaching, Hare Krishna mantra spread all over Navadvip. Every home there is a kartal, mridanga. Even today in Mayapur, actually, you hear that a lot. Though India became very, very materialistic, many areas, still Navadvip, that culture is still there. Only in Navadvip I saw that, amazing. So the families, they would come together, chant the holy name. And, they would do offering to Krishna. They would, they'd cook and make an offering and eat only prasad. And what is that? They would eat only prasad and they would read scriptures, Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Devotees, wife, families, wife and husband, kids, they come together and worship Krishna, and there was holy name everywhere. Wow. So India was that time ruled by, the Muslim kings, Muslim rulers. So they started discussing this. The soldiers went and complained to the Qazi. Now, because of Nimai Pandit, nowadays this Hindus are on the rise. They are publicly holding Sankirtan, holding kirtans, and they were actually spreading their cult chanting of Hare Krishna. So and they're chanting so loud. So some atheists, they're always there. So these guys, they are crazy. This Nimai Pandit group, why they are calling so loud the name of God? He's sleeping right now in the milk ocean, and then this loud calling will wake him up. Very interesting, actually. People, it's true. That's how people talk. So, the Supreme Lord will become angry and he'll destroy the entire universe. This Nimai Pandit is a cause for all these things. This will talk like that. Or the Muslim rulers, they will become so upset with us, they will bring their soldiers and destroy the entire village. It's all because of him only. That's how they would spread the rumors. Some people even went and complained to Qazi also. Some karmakandis, fearing that, the entire village would be persecuted. So Qazi became very angry. And what he did, so there was a kirtan going on and he broke the mridanga. He broke the mridanga and he passed the orders. If anybody holds this kirtan on the street, Sankirtan, they will be severely punished. They'll be converted to Muslims, Islam also. They'll be seriously taken to task. Wow. Devotees became scared. They all went and complained to Lord Vishwambar. So they all went and complained. Out of fear for the instructions or the orders of the Qazi, devotees stopped, holding publicly, the Harinams, so all the playing of Mridanga, everything stopped. Devotees went and complained to Lord Vishwambar. And we'll continue on Monday. And what has happened? The reaction of Lord Chaitanya. What he did what was his reaction? What he did, we'll discuss that on Monday. Sorry if I've spoken anything wrong. Do excuse me as your humble servant, but very grateful for your patient audience. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna.